All right, what I'm going to give you today is a short clip, speeded up time, that shows the creation of the reversal curves being used for the undertow part of this particular project. What I've done is I've made up a pair of templates that actually give me the approximate curvatures for the finished units. Now, the piece of material it takes to wind up and create this shape, 42 inches tall, is in total about 15 feet long, which creates certain problems with trying to manipulate it here in the shop. So even though I'm doing this work cold rather than hot, it doesn't necessarily make it all that much easier. Now, I do have this marvelous little bending machine that's going to assist in me making the curvatures. The material that I'm working to make the uprights out of is 3/16 by 1.5 inch stock. So here we go. Well, I haven't said too much while I've been doing this because, of course, I'm intending most of this to be speeded up. But what I may do is just slow down to this little section here. One of the problems is that the individual curvatures, these loops I'm forming right now, physically get smaller as the set of curves moves from the base to its top. Also, the length of the loops shortens. So these circles I'm creating are actually effectively closer together the closer to the top you get. So I'm not making a set of identical shapes. Each one is just a little bit smaller than the one below it. When the rail is actually put together, these loops will actually, two sets of them, one in the back and one in the front, they'll overlap each other. And thus creates the security required. Yeah, it doesn't matter if these loops are identical between the individual elements. It's probably a little bit better if they're different, just from a design standpoint. And as long as the shaping is close, it doesn't have to be identical. So although I'm using the templates to give me the approximate sizes, I'm not concerning myself if they're off by a little bit. Now they've got to be reasonably close because, of course, the required 4-inch gapping for the building code, the way I'm providing for that restriction is I'm overlapping 2 sets of these units. If the sizes are off by too much, my spacing will be all messed up. You can see at the top here, these circles on the ends of the loops are getting closer to about 4 inches in circumference. The ones at the bottom are a little bit closer to 6 inches. I'll show you how this all goes together in a minute. So that's as much as I'm going to do on one of these units using the cold bending machine. But you can see how the circles get smaller as you go to the top, and also the distance changes. And in position they sit just about like that. Some final small adjustment will be required to make sure that the joining units line up so that there's a curvature that goes into these spaces here. So we can see the element I just completed laid on top of my actual layout drawing. This drawing is made on a gridded square with reference to my original production drawings. So what I've done here is I've taken my original lightweight template piece and laid it on the cutting table with the element I just completed of the heavier stock in the rough position they'll be when the railing is assembled. You can see how one element will actually sit proud of the other one, and that down near the base, the large curvatures overlap each other to break up the 6-inch diameter circle and get around the minimum 4-inch requirement for the building code.